Okay, so in the last video, we put the scene kind of together. We put some objects out on the scene, and we made this board pop out if you click on it. There's a secret object, there's just a little note under there, but it doesn't do anything yet. I want this character to say something when he finds this note. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll make it so he says, I can't believe when Grandpa gave me this house on his will. And then we'll wait, kind of clear this text out and wait until you find something else. You have some other things to find too. Like we have this paper on table, which is just another piece of paper. We're going to put it in a real conspicuous place here on the table so you know it'll click on it. Like that, and then we actually have the contents of these notes, which are our graphics. This is one of the notes. We can go up here and we can set it screen. And then there's another note here. This is another he's going to find later. It seemed kind of ominous, doesn't it? Center this one also. Okay. And I'm going to hide. I have two here as well. We walk these guys. We don't need them in the scene right now. So just like we did with the board in the last video, I'm going to make it so if you click on this note, the note itself vanishes and then the text of the note appears. So we're going to do that again by adding a clickable, just like before. And we're going to edit the actions for this clickable. And we're going to say enable disable, very similar to before. Let's see. Enable disable action. Two of those. We're going to enable note 1. And we're going to disable the paper on the table. But now we actually want to go a little bit further because we want to wait for you to click. And then when you click, you want to put the paper sort of back on the table. So there's a wait for click action down at the bottom here. I'm going to add that. And we're going to block clicks, which means clicks won't work anywhere else while we're waiting. That looks good. Now we need a couple more enable disables because we're going to undo what we just did. We're going to now, so first the note text is going to appear. The paper on the table is going to disappear. Then we're going to wait for your click. Then we want to undo what we just did. So back here, we're going to disable the note. And enable the void on the note on the table. And that it goes back to where it was before. Save our project and play it. Now, if we click on this note, it vanishes from the table. We see it show up here. Oh my gosh. Grandpa's been hiding some secrets. When we click this and it goes back, we can do as many times as we want. Pretty neat, right? Oh, and we can look at our board on the table. We could pull this up, put it back. Okay. We're starting to get close to some gameplay. Stop. Now, I think I'd like to make it so this kid comments on the things that he's seeing. So if we go back here, we should first, I guess we should start by adding something for him to say. So maybe he can say, what's up with this weird note or something like that. So we'll open up our text database. I'm going to add a new text key, and this is going to be called, this is commentary about the note on table. Okay, and then the text is going to be, what is Grandpa talking about? Okay, that seems pretty good. So now, what we want to do is when you click on this, and you read this note, I guess after you see the text, after it comes up, that's probably while we're waiting for you to click, that's when I should say, down here, it's going to put this text, say, what is he talking about? That's probably about the right time to do it. So we're going to use a set text command, which I'll add him here. And now it's at the bottom, but I want to move it. So I'm going to grab it instead of move it up here just before the waiting for click. Here's to share the text box. Our text box is called text. And the key that we want to use is note on the table, and it's going to say, what is Grandpa talking about? Okay, so if we close this and hit run, we'll save it first. Now we hit play. You know, he's talking and whatever. When you clip this, it's going to replace it. What's Grandpa talking about? Pretty cool, right? This is one of the things I can do while I'm in here. You know, I don't actually ever want to move these things that are in the background while I'm messing around. So I'm going to go ahead and lock them. If I click on the background object, this is Grandpa's house background, and click on this lock, now it's locked. And I'm going to do that for the text box, the text itself, and the text box. Now I can't move these around, which is good because I want them to stay there. Now I think you need to be able to click and look at stuff that isn't you know, just a sprite or a particular object. Like maybe we want to look out the window. We don't want to take a look at this crazy elk head over here. Maybe we want to go upstairs. And to do that, we're going to need to make some clickable regions. And for that, we're going to use the region tool. The way the region tool works is you just click and draw a space around the area that you want to be clickable. In this case, we're going to make a fairly complicated one because this guy is complicated. And then you double click when you're done. And now we have a region that is for this big hat. So we're going to change this guy and say, this is going to be called, head. Oh, good. Good. And now if we want, when he clicks on it, we can make him say something about it. So we can add a clickable here. We could say, okay, edit. When you click on this, we're going to use that set text command again. Again, we're going to be setting our text on our text box, which is the text thing. And now we don't want to say either of these things. So we should add another string. So if we go back here to our text database, let's add a new one. We'll call it mounted head. And he should say something like, I can't believe that Grandpa killed and gutted this deer on his, Grandpa's kind of hardcore. Okay, so we'll close that. Then now in here, we could say mounted head is the text we want to use. And now when we run the game, we've got a region here where if we click on it, it'll say, I can't believe the Grandpa killed it, cut this deer. Okay, so we've made some progress. We added the region. We added some objects you can interact with. We had some text change. When we come back in the next episode, we will move these clocks around and reveal a secret behind the clocks.